Hey guys, this is Eddie, and as you can see behind me, I'm trying to install a ledger board, and I was looking for a video on YouTube on how to install a ledger board with a door already installed, because mine already has the water and ice shield underneath the door, and I should have started doing this before I put the water and ice shield on the outside. But my door was already installed, as you can see, and I'm just putting on my deck now. I'm gonna do a 24 by 14 by 12 deck, and just putting on a ledger board, and I wanted it to be sealed off from the weather. So let me show you what I did. Alright, so this water and ice shield here at the bottom of the door was already there. So what I did was I took another piece of water and ice shield, and I pulled this up as much as I could, and as you can see, I did a pretty good job of tucking it right up underneath there, so there's a little bit of wood showing, but once my fascia board goes down here, or my board that goes underneath the door here is in, it'll seal it off pretty good, and then I can caulk it right up in this corner too. Once the board's in, I'm gonna have a 7-inch step down for my door, because here I live in New England and we get a lot of snow, so I don't want this snow to be building up here and having water getting trapped up next to here and getting inside the house. So I made my level line right across here at 8 inches down, because my boards from the top of the ledger board to the top of my deck board is going to be 7 inches from here to here. So my deck boards are 1 inch thick, so I went down to 8 inches. So and also what I did was underneath the siding here, once I had this long piece put in, I actually went up there and I tucked another piece up. As you can see another piece right here. It goes up about 8.5 inches, so it goes up to about here behind the siding, and that sealed it off pretty good. I went right over to my corners so that I would seal off any water that would be dripping down from behind the siding, and I also did the same thing on this side. I just want to make sure it's sealed off nice and tight. I don't want to have any issues down the road. So let me put it on my ledger board, and I'll show you how I put the flashing on and everything. Alright, so I have my ledger board all laid out here. I'm going 12 inches on center because I am using a composite decking, and I don't want it to be wavy. A lot of 16 on center decks with composite boards, they're pretty wavy when you look at them from an angle, and I didn't want that. Plus this is going out 14 feet in some spots, and I just want it to be nice and sturdy. I use them 2x10 here for my ledger board, and all the rest of my deck framing boards as well. And gonna use 6x6 post to concrete footings. Okay, so I put on the ledger board, and I just have it just tacked up here for right now with two nails, one on either side. Put up this flashing. This should be pretty decent. Had to make a seam right there, so I used some marine grade silicone sealer. If it stops water from coming in boats, I'm sure it'll stop that from leaking or dripping at any point in the future. As far as what I'm going to use to bolt the ledger on, I got these ledger lock bolts. They're supposedly really good. Everybody's using them. I'm sure you see them on all the videos on YouTube here, because I have been. Everybody's trying to sell them, but it's pretty good design. You do them about every 18 inches. So I'm just going to mark out mine. As you can see, I got all my floor joist measured out. so that I know that I'm not going to put one of these ledger bolts on, behind one of these, because that just makes it awkward to put your boards up. So let me install these about every 18 inches, and I'll let you take a look at what I've done. Okay, so as you can see, I'm actually doing my deck is going to span 14 feet at this space, so I'm going to do a ledger bolt every 10 inches. I believe that's what it's saying here. So here I go. I'm gonna put them in every 10 inches. I guess I was watching a video that had a deck was only spanning 8 feet. They were doing it every 18 inches. So this is right on the side of the box. So make sure you put the right amount of ledger lock bolts in your ledger board so that it's secure. Alright, so I have all my ledger bolts in, and I also nailed it as well. This sucker shouldn't move anywhere. I put a couple on each end, 3 inches from the end, and then I did my W pattern, if you notice, all the way down. So that's all set, ready to go. I'm gonna put a piece of ASIC board, a white board, right on top here, 7 inches. And I also have my decking going here, which is 1 inch, so that gives me my 8-inch span right here. Obviously I'm gonna have to trim my siding a little bit. Not a big deal though, but and put my siding back up underneath. So I'm ready to go. Now it's time to put my other ledger board on over there. Yeah, I just fell off the ladder, sorry. Yeah, so I'm not gonna wrap the corner. I'm actually gonna keep the corner just like that, and go around the corner without cutting the corner board, the corner piece of siding or anything. And I'll show you what I did. I want to keep the water out as much as possible, and I think if I leave that alone, it won't look too weird when the deck's all set. But I'll show you how it comes out. All right. Okay, so on that side, I got the ledger board all set. I'm gonna come around this corner here because it's a bump out, as you can see, and then I water and ice shield the whole face there. I'm not going to go all the way over. That's about 26 feet. I'm only going to go 20 feet. I mean, that's about 17 feet, 18 feet. I'm only going to go 12 feet up to the dryer vent. There's a dryer vent right there. So I'm going to, I got it all marked out, ready for the ledger board. I just took a level and went from that board over to the corner, wrapped it around the corner, and then made a level line all the way across, and it came out pretty straight. So I'm going to put my ledger board up, and I'll give you guys a view of that as well. And I got my ledger board up and everything, and started digging my hole. And like I said, all the rock is turning into ledge. This whole trench is ledge. This is where I was going to put my footings for my my deck. But as you can see, I ran into a little bit of a snag. So I'll post on how I get past this dilemma. All right. Alright, so there's the finished product. Only took 4 months, but you know, it's by myself and took a while. So right now I'm putting in some drainage because I'm gonna run some steel roofing underneath the deck, so they can have a dry space underneath here, and I'll have a patio as well. As you can see, I put in all my lights. They're all wired in. I got it all wired up there. That'll all be covered by the steel roofing, and actually it came out really nice. So but what I'm doing right now is I'm putting in some drainage from this downspout here. It goes right up to the roof. As you can see, right up to the roof there. It comes right down. I'm gonna put some drainage here, but when I put in my steel roof underneath my deck here, I'm gonna have a downspout. I'm gonna run a piece of gutter right along this beam here. I'm gonna angle the steel roofing from the house out to the beams here, and I'll have the gutter right up along here on the inside edge. And from there, I'm gonna run the gutter down this post here. And I got this nice tubing stuff right here, drainage pipe. I got my ditch already dug, and I'm gonna run it right down from the bottom here, connect the two at a Y right here, run it down to my drainage ditch, and then run it right down into the woods down in here. So it's all set, ready to go. I am putting in I'm putting in a walkway from the driveway over here, and I'm probably gonna put in a pool over here next summer. So I want to put in a walkway and a stairway from here. See where the string is hanging? From here over to the side of the house to be a 6-foot step out, and then a walkway to the driveway, and then a stairway going down to the pool over here. But I gotta put in a post because I need something to carry the weight of the walkway off. So I gotta carry the weight on a post here. So I got my sauna tube here. I got my line there. I'm gonna figure out where the column has to go, and then I'm just gonna put it in. So again, I run into some rock down at the bottom of the hole, so I'm gonna have to pin it. I got some rebar here and a drill, and I'm gonna drill some holes down into this piece of rock at the bottom of the hole and pin it to the rock. As you can see, I got a few rocks in the backyard. Yeah, those are about 1,200 pounds a piece, and my whole yard is just full of rocks. As you can see, let me get out of the sun here. But all down in that corner down there, you got all tons of rocks. I mean, rocks just laying around the yard. Oh, look at that rock wall. That all came out of the land here. So I got a little bit of rock here, and every time I got to put a post in, I got to pin it. So here I go. All right, so I got my Milwaukee hammer drill there. I drilled my 3 holes into the rock. Took my rebar, hammered it into the rebar. And look at the size of that rock that's sitting right there. I mean, they got rocks all over this place. But anyways, now I put my sauna tube over that. Bury it with some nice dirt and sand. Put in my drainage pipe, and I'll let you see how it comes out in the end. All right, so as you can see, I got it all straightened out. There's my drainage pipe coming right behind the gutter. I got my other one coming up over here. This is my sauna tube with my, if you can see the 3 pieces of rebar I have drilled into some rock down there to pin it. And there's the rest of the yard. And there's the tractor that's been doing all the heavy lifting. So straighten that all out, and now I'm just going to level and grade the whole yard. And that's going to take some time. All those rocks are going to become a rock wall right where it's dug out back there. It's going to take some time, but when it's all done, it's going to be beautiful.